Hello everybody and welcome to a very quick overview of update 31, the new war. Now I'm not going to be talking about the new war, mainly because I haven't played it yet, but even if I did, I wouldn't want to spoil it for you anyway. I just want to go over all the stuff this update adds into the game so you can decide whether you want to come back for it or not, though let's be honest here, it's the new war. Of course you want to come back for this. So first things first, we have Harrow Prime Access. That comes with 4 packs as usual. We have the Penance pack, which is for $50. This has 1050 Platinum, as well as Scourge and Nail Prime. Then we have the Thurible pack, this is for $80 and this comes with 2625 Platinum, Harrow Prime, Scourge Prime and Nail Prime, and then Harrow Prime Glyphs. Then we have the exclusive Prime Accessory pack for $50, this has the Nave Prime Siandana, the Templar Prime Suit for your Operator, and then a 90-day Affinity and a Resource Booster. And finally we have the Covenant pack, which is for $140 and it has 3990 Platinum as well as everything else. This is of course not the only or even the primary way of getting these items. You can simply farm the relics in game and get them that way. So that's the first big thing, and the second big thing is of course the new war. Now this is something that you might not want to jump into necessarily right away because it takes several hours to complete, and while you're playing through it you can't do other Warframe stuff. So once you start the new war, you have to finish the new war before you can do something else. It even flashes up a warning that you have to confirm in order to start it, just to make sure that you don't lock yourself into something that you might not necessarily want to do right away. Now the new war is an entirely solo experience, so if you thought you might rely on someone else to provide you with a railjack or someone else to have a good necromech, it's not going to work. So make sure your equipment is at least somewhat decent, so go through your warframes, weapons, your railjack setup, your necromech setup, and that kind of stuff. You don't want to jump into a mission, summon a necromech, and suddenly realize that you didn't put on any mods. Now I'm of course going to make full videos about all the new things that come with this update in the upcoming weeks, but the way I'm going to cover it is a little bit different. I want to do a playthrough of the new war, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to do it sort of an old school let's play style where there aren't many cuts, so it's going to be significantly longer, or if I want to do something more modern, so cut out all the fluff and only focus on the important or interesting stuff. I even thought about doing both, so there would be a full playlist where you can see everything as it is, and then at the very end I would cut it all down to a more digestible video. Now originally I also thought about talking about some of the rewards that you can get at the end of the new war, but ultimately decided against it because I felt that it was leaning more towards the spoilery side of things, and I really don't like spoilers. So let's check out some of the general changes instead. There are 2 that stand out to me in particular. The first one is really good, the second one not so much. So the first one makes it so that companions will now receive 100% of the affinity of all the kills you make. This is an amazing change for people like me that like to play solo, because just in case you don't know, leveling a companion in solo mode used to take forever. They would basically get no XP 99% of the time. So yay for that. And the second change is they took the Aya drop on the Ghoul bounty and moved it to the end rather than it being at the start. So you can't farm Aya anymore by starting the bounty, finishing the first part, and then immediately going back to Cetus and starting it again. Well, that's at least how I assume people did it, because I didn't, but it would make sense. If it's at the very start, you can just do the first part of the bounty, and then regardless of whether you actually got the Aya or not, you just restart and do it again. So yeah, you can't do that anymore. And finally, let's also talk about some actual endgame for once. So this update also added 2 new skins, the Mesa Projectilist and Volt Electrolist skins, both of which are looking absolutely fabulous. And they also added a new type of cosmetic called the Protovire. At the moment there is an armor set, there's a Siandana, as well as an Ephemera. And from what I understand, these are just like normal cosmetics, so you get them with Platinum, but they have tasks or kind of achievements linked to them. And once you finish these, you'll be able to morph them into different looking cosmetics as well. Now it's not like you can change it into a different cosmetic entirely, it's more like if you get the Siandana, let's just say, once you do an X amount of stuff with that Siandana, you'll be able to at will change it into a different looking Protovire Siandana. But anyway, that's it for the video. I thank you very much for watching as always, guys. I hope you're excited for the new war as well, and I'll see you some other time. Bye bye.